You're listening to the WWNO Classical Network. Hi, this is Paul Mawson. Each week, we check in with Dave Walker and find out what's going on in the museum scene. Dave is host of the website, themuseumgoer.com. And after taking a brief break over the holidays to moonlight at Santa's workshop building toys, Dave is back with a look at what's going on in the museum scene. Dave, welcome back.
Thank you. That's a great side hustle, by the way, Santa's workshop.
I hear. I hear, but it's kind of cold though. But if you don't mind the cold, it's quite a good gig.
Right.
So what are you seeing this week?
Well, here in the early days of the new year, we're taking a quick look back and then a look ahead. For museum goers, the story of the year in 2025 was the work done by local museum historians to discover Pope Leo's New Orleans and Louisiana Creole roots. The Historic New Orleans Collection's Jari Honore, a family historian and genealogist in HNOC's Williams Research Center, broke the news shortly after Robert Francis Prevost was announced as Pope in May. And it was big news, picked up by major media outlets all over the world. The first American Pope had New Orleans African American ancestry. For his work on the story, Honore was recently honored as Louisianan of the Year by the op-ed staff of the Times-Picayune and New Orleans Advocate. In the days following Honore's discovery, Sarah Waits and Katie Beeman of the Office of Archives and Records at the Archdiocese of New Orleans dove into sacramental records kept since the early 18th century to look for more. Their work resulted in an exhibit at the Old Ursuline Convent Museum, Rooted in Faith, Pope Leo's Louisiana Lineage, which includes a detailed family tree uncovered by sleuthing through 3 centuries of baptism, marriage, funeral, and burial records held by the Archdiocese. The family tree and relevant documents they found are on the Rooted in Faith page of the museum's website, oldursulineconventmuseum.com. Research continues on the story of Pope Leo's local ancestors. It's an epic New Orleans and American story.
Yeah, that is an epic story and goes back centuries into the city's past. But Dave, you have superpowers to also predict the future as well. So what do you see coming up?
Happy to try. Looking ahead, here's a glimpse at what's upcoming at local museums. This month, new exhibits open at the Ogden Museum of Southern Art and the New Orleans Museum of Art. Later in the month, a new exhibit at the Presbytère, Origins of New Orleans Black Carnival Society, the story of the Illinois clubs, will feature rare photographs, gowns, costumes, and more. On March 8th, an exhibit dedicated to Spanish Governor Bernardo de Galvez and Louisiana's role in the American Revolution opens at the Cabildo. Later that week, the National World War II Museum hosts a symposium dedicated to General George Patton. On March 20th, a traveling exhibit dedicated to the American Revolution opens at the Historic New Orleans Collection. This is from the Histovery Group that produced the interactive Notre Dame de Paris exhibit at HNOC a couple of years ago. In early April, the World War II Museum will debut a changing exhibit about the USS New Orleans, whose original bow, lost during the Battle of Tassafaronga in 1942, was recently rediscovered more than 2,000 feet beneath the Pacific. And there's much more coming. Looking way ahead, the Historic New Orleans Collection plans a September exhibit and accompanying book dedicated to Bunny Matthews, local writer, cartoonist, and father of the Vic and Natalie characters whose likenesses ride along as Leidenheimer Baking Company vehicles deliver bread loaves to local poor boy shops.
You were talking about the American Revolution exhibit at HNOC. Did you say histovery? Is that a word? I have to check you
It's a,
on this.
it's a word that the French company, which does really engaging high-tech interactive exhibits, that it's a word they coined, Histovery, histovery.
I thought it might be have something to do with a hovercraft, but I could be wrong. So each week we check in with Dave Walker, find out what's going on in the museum scene. You can check out more about what we've talked about and other things at Dave's website, themuseumgoer.com. And yes, kick off 2026 with a bang and check out the video of our conversation as well at his website. Dave, thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.
See you then. Thank you.